don't know about you guys, but I didn't have any money in college. So you're broke. You're looking for you mean to tell me if I just sign up for this, I get a free meal? I get the foot long sub, and I don't have to do the six. I can get the foot long. Sign me up. And so what the students would do, they would sign up, get these credit cards. Welcome to Soft Life, Hard Truths, where lifestyle dreams meet bank account realities. I'm your host, Tegan J. Come on in. I want you to stay. How are we doing today? How has your week been? I feel the energy. I feel like it's been better than the last couple of weeks. I feel like we got some improvements going on. That's just how I feel. Let me know if I'm right. Let me know if I'm right. If I am wrong, maybe that good energy is on the way. It's coming, okay? It's coming. Good energy, good vibes, good things are coming for you, okay? So just sit tight. So if you've been having a rough week, I don't hope that it's going to get better. I know that it's going to get better, okay? So just hang in there. Um, my week has been cool. No complaints. Um, I'm expecting some big blessings to come through. I'm expecting something really, really good to come through for me very, very soon. And I will let you guys know as soon as it does. I can feel it. I can feel it in my spirit. It is coming. It is on the way. And I will share it with you when it does happen. So yeah, I'm good. You're good. If you're not good now, you're about to be good. So it's all good. Okay? All right. So let's get into these topics for today. First topic. I posted about this on TikTok. And when I say the people ate me up, they ate me up. Um, I was all types of dummies, ignorant, broke, um, stupid. Oh my goodness, the insults just went on and on. This poor girl, man, they ate me up. And I just asked a question to be a conversation starter. I just asked a question, but they read me for filth. And so the topic was predatory lending. And so in the TikTok, I asked about, have you guys ever noticed all of the payday loan places in the lower income areas? And so it was just a conversation started, but those people ate me up. But it brought a lot of traffic to my page. But nonetheless, they called me broke, stupid, uneducated, just horrible. Anyways, so let's talk about it. Predatory lending. Um, what is it, right? What is predatory lending? So, predatory lending is the practice of using unfair or abusive loan terms to take advantage of borrowers, often those who are vulnerable, like the elderly or low income individuals. This can involve charging excessively high interest rates and fees, using deceptive practices like bait and switch tactics, or pressuring borrowers into loans they cannot afford, which can lead to debt, damaged credit, or even foreclosure. Common tactics include hidden fees, misleading promises, and high pressure sales. Let's talk about it. Have you ever been a victim of predatory lending? Think about it. So you may ask, okay, well, can you give me some specific examples of what those are? The payday loan places. That is predatory lending. You borrow $500 from those people. By the time you pay it back, you've paid $2,500. Interest rate is sky high. That is predatory lending. Oh my goodness, it is so bad. And the lower income areas are riddled with those places, taking advantage of those who are already in need. Have you ever had to do a payday loan place? You've been taken advantage of. Absolutely ridiculous. Now, do I believe you get your money? Yeah, you're lending people money. You gotta get you a little bit off the top, and that's fair, right? This is a business. It's about income. But taking advantage of people is where I draw the line. And that is what these payday loan places do. They take advantage of people. And for those of you who went to college back in the day, if I'm not mistaken, it's illegal now. But do you remember back in the day, when you would go to college, it'll be around the first, I know it'll be the first semester when the semester just starts. They would have these Credit card companies, these banks that will come and set up a tent on the campus, and they will have deals like, if you sign up for a credit card with us today, we'll give you a voucher for a free meal at the local Subway, or a free meal at the local Chili's or Applebee's or something like that. It would be an incentive to bring the students in, right? And so why that was predatory is because, one, these babies are new to school, right? They're fresh out of high school. Nobody's teaching financial literacy in high school. And so now I'm going to this college campus. Most college students are broke. I don't know about you guys, but I didn't have any money in college. So you're broke. You're looking for you mean to tell me if I just sign up for this, I get a free meal? I get the foot long sub, and I don't have to do the six. I can get the foot long. Sign me up. And so what the students would do, they would sign up, get these credit cards, and then they would understand, oh, well, if I want to go to the mall to buy a new outfit for the party going on tonight, I can swipe this credit card. I'll pay it off later, not knowing how things really work, how interest really accrues, like, and how damaging it can be to your credit if you do not pay this back. Predatory lending. If I'm not mistaken, that is illegal now. These banks cannot set up at these schools to entice them to get to open up credit cards. That was absolutely insane. Did you guys ever experience that? Did you see that at your school? Let me know about it. Drop it in the comments. But yes, predatory lending. So really quick, what can we do if we're in need, in the payday loan place is all the only option we have? I would say exhaust all other sources before you resort to that. Check with your local credit union. Check with your banks. Can you borrow some money from a family member or a friend? Can you sell something real quick to get the money? Can you sell them J's? Can you sell those new heels that you just got that's real popular? I would leave that as an absolute last option, because man, you're gonna pay it back tenfold. That is what I would do. Let me know. Have you ever been a victim of predatory lending? What was your experience like? Let me know in the comments. All right. Next topic. A foreign. So, question. If I go to the dealership and I want me a Mercedes Benz truck, if I can afford the payment, that's about all I can afford when it comes to it, is just the payment. Can I really afford the truck? Let's talk about it. I saw a TikTok a couple of days ago where a girl was talking about her foreign car, her Mercedes Benz, and how she had to get new tires, and the tires were like extremely expensive. I'm talking about, I think she quoted it was like over $1,000 per tire. And she was forewarning people, hey, make sure you got to pay to play when you're driving these type of vehicles. And it got me to thinking, can you really afford the vehicle if you can't afford those $1,000 tires? If you can't afford those expensive oil changes, if you can't afford the maintenance, the insurance, and the car payment comfortably, can you really afford the vehicle? My answer is going to be no, absolutely not. You cannot afford it. It is out of your range, out of your elite. You may need to stack your money a little bit more, get something a little bit more affordable. That's my opinion. But what do you think? What do you think? I remember when and I might have told you guys about this before. When I first got my big girl job, it was my first one. And I relocated to a whole nother state, whole new city, and I didn't know anybody. I was here by myself, right? And my car started giving me trouble. So I went and I got me a new car because I'm like, I don't have anybody I could ask for a ride. Ubers and Lyfts weren't a thing back then. So it was just like, hey, I went and got me a BMW. Should I have gotten that BMW? Absolutely not. Could I have afforded the payment? Yes, and I afforded the payment. And I was able to afford the insurance. I got a maintenance package for the car, right? And so after a little while of having the car, maybe a couple of months or so, because I didn't buy it brand new, it was used, it was low mileage, but it was a little bit older. So I made sure to get like some backup maintenance package on it. A couple of months after having the car, I had issues with the air conditioner. So I took it in to get it serviced, and it didn't cost me anything, right? Didn't cost me anything because of the package I had. But out of curiosity, I asked the technician, I said, hey, there was something with the air. I forgot what it was, but something with the air conditioning. I said, hey, if I didn't have this maintenance package, how much would this have cost me? And he was like, oh, easily 3,000, over 3,000. I said, excuse me? Yeah, easily over 3,000. Keep in mind, this is my first big girl job. I'm not making a lot of money. Now, back then things weren't as expensive as they are now. So 3,000 back then was a lot of money. Still is today if we're talking car repairs, but back then it was extra a lot of money, right? And I was like, "Oh my god. Oh my god. I've got to get rid of this car before this maintenance package expires because I don't want to be paying this type of money for repairs on vehicles. Like, heck no." And I didn't even love the car like that. It was cool. I liked my first car better. So I was like, I got to get rid of this. And I got rid of the car. But it was a lesson learned for me. It let me know, one, I couldn't really afford that car. Two, if you're gonna make a payment on something, it needs to be on something that you love, especially if we're talking foreign cars, BMWs, Mercedes. Like, you need to make sure that you're gonna enjoy the car. So my question to you is, if you cannot afford the maintenance, but you can afford, let's just say you can't afford the payment and the insurance, can you really afford the vehicle? Should you really get the vehicle? If you were my client and I am advising you, my answer to you would be absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I would advise you to get something more affordable because whether you wanted to or not, the maintenance is coming. The maintenance is coming whether you lease or whether you buy. The maintenance is coming. And after that warranty wears off when you buy, because normally you don't really have issues until the warranty wears off, you have to pay to play, and you're still going to have to be paying a car payment and insurance on this vehicle. So my answer to you would be no. Don't get it. But let me know what you think in the comments. Do you all have a foreign vehicle? What is your maintenance like? Are you comfortably affording the payments, the maintenance, and the insurance on the vehicle? Let us know something. Tell us. Let me know in the comments. Oh, and also let's not even forget about fuel. You have to use premium fuel with these foreign cars, if I'm not mistaken. You have to use premium fuel. So that's even more money. Yeah, let me know, guys. Let me know. Last topic, donations. This is something that really irks my soul. And I just have to get how I feel out there, right? So when I talk donations today, I want to talk in terms of donating to places like Goodwill and the Salvation Army. I used to donate to them religiously. When I wanted to get rid of something, I didn't want to sell it. Just let me drop it off. And where I am from, you could schedule like a pickup. They'll even come to your house and get this stuff. So I'm like, hey, even better, come get this. I don't know if they still do it today. But then as I get to researching the CEO salaries and get to researching the amount they pay their employees, and then you go into these stores, these thrift stores, and you see how things are priced, is everybody okay? Is everybody okay? I could have a, let's just say, a Coach bag. Y'all know I love to reference a Coach bag, and I don't know why, because I only got one or two Coach bags, but that's neither here nor there. I could have a Coach bag that probably retailed at $250. You donate it to the Goodwill, they will have that purse marked at 225. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Extremely overpriced for it to be a used product. The whole purpose of thrift stores was to resell used items that people no longer wanted or they no longer found a use for or value for, and let it get into someone else's hands for an affordable price. Why is the bag just $25 cheaper? What is going on? Why are the prices at these thrift stores so freaking high? And then the workers are being paid minimum wage. From my understanding, when you make a donation, majority of the time, the stuff is resold in the stores. Some of those are given to the homeless or the shelters, but I think it has to be, and correct me if I'm wrong, it has to be the stuff that they feel like that they cannot sell. Otherwise, it is sold in that store and profits are made. Meanwhile, the workers are making minimum wage. But from my research, one of the CEOs of these thrift stores is currently being compensated $600,000 a year. That is the annual salary. You can't pay the workers more? All of this stuff is being given to you all. You can't pay the workers more. Thoroughly irritated me. I do not agree with that model. I think it is unfair. Bare minimum, pay the workers more. Donate more to those in need. Like, absolutely not. So now what I do is I take a pile of stuff and I'll put it in a garbage bag and I'll just let it pile up. And then once the bag gets full and I have a couple of bags, I go find a local shelter and I donate directly to the shelter. And I make sure that I ask, I normally go to the same one, but I make sure I ask, these are going directly into the hands of those in need, right? It will not be resold, right? And they tell me, yes, absolutely. I give it to them. I would rather give my unwanted items, and a lot of times the stuff that I give away is brand new. It's just out of style for me. I no longer want it. So we're talking brand new clothes, shoes, purses. I'm giving those directly to a shelter. I would rather it go to somebody who is truly in need and can utilize it versus it going to that store to fatten the CEO's pockets and the shareholders. That is just that's always going to be my preference. And I tell everyone that I know, hey, don't give your stuff to these thrift stores anymore. Take it directly to a shelter. That way you know that you are really giving back and it's going into the hands of people that need it. Cause I feel a way about that. You guys are increasing the prices in the stores, so people who have to shop at the thrift stores, they need something more affordable, but you're making it unaffordable. The stuff was given to you. The CEO is getting richer. The shareholders are getting richer. Who's winning here? Because it's not the homeless people and it's not the workers. It's not the battered and bruised women. It's not the kids, the less fortunate kids. Absolutely insane. Unacceptable. Gotta pay for your crimes. Y'all gonna have to pay for your crimes. But I'm off my soapbox. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. All right, time for the finance column. Let's talk money, y'all. All right. I told you a while back that we were going to get into the credit series because credit is so important, especially when you don't have the liquid cash. You're going to want to fall back on your credit. And even if you do got the liquid cash, that credit is everything. Because when I bought my house, it's on credit. I didn't have hundreds of $1,000s in the bank to buy a house. When I bought my car, my first car, I didn't have the amount of money that the car cost. Credit. Yeah, so let's talk about it, right? We're going to start a credit series. The next couple of episodes, we're just going to build on each other during the finance column, and we're going to talk about credit, and we're going to hit it on the head. So let's get into it, right? What I want you guys to do is fix your credit. Fix it. And if you don't know where to start, watch the series. And even with watching this series, if you're confused, you need help, send me an email. We'll work it out. All right, first things first. What is credit? What is a credit score? I got the answer. A credit score is a 3-digit number, typically ranging from 300 to 850, that lenders use to assess your credit worthiness and predict your likelihood of repaying debt. So you're going to be anywhere between 300 or 8 between 300 and 850. The closer you are to 850, the better your credit is. You want to get as close to 850 as possible. You got a 800 anything credit score, oh, you're good. You're good with credit. The lower, the threes, the fours, we got some work to do. And that's okay because nobody's perfect. They did not teach us credit in school, and that's okay. Long as you're willing to, one, be aware of what your credit score is and then work on it, you'll be okay. You will be just fine. But you have to be proactive. You can't sit back and just let it know. You got to be proactive, okay? Because it is better to have good credit and not need it than to have bad credit and need the credit, okay? Now, you're wondering, okay, well, how is my score calculated? So, it is calculated using information in your credit report, which details your bill paying history, amounts owed, credit history length, new credit applications, and the types of credit. So let me reread that. It is calculated using information in your credit report. Let's pause there. Have you seen your credit report? No, you have not. Okay, you need to find out, you need to pull your credit report. You can get access to your credit report once every year for free. I'm going to drop the link in the comments. It's a government official website. Shouldn't cost you any, it doesn't cost anything. You go in, you put your information in, you pull your credit report. That'll be step one for you guys, okay? If you're gonna follow through with this series and you really want to improve your credit, pull your credit report. I don't know the website off the top of my head. I think it's something along the lines of free annualcreditreport.gov or something like that. Either way it goes, I'm gonna put it in the comments here. And you go to that link, you pull it. It is an official government website, okay? Make sure you're on the right website. Don't go Googling it. Make sure you're on the right one. Click the link. It will say .gov at the end. And it is free. You should not pay anything. You get access once a year. If you do not believe me, then you go do a Google search about it. And you should see the website. Um, and so it details your bill paying history. So when you're late on those payments, that's being tracked. If you've never seen your credit report before, they track it by the month and the year. It's all being tracked, all of it. So that's why it is important to pay your bills on time because they're keeping score. We'll dive more into credit next week, okay? All right, Hard Truth Hotline. Dear Tegan, Hard Truth Hotline. Dear Tegan, I keep saying I'm tired of my 9 to 5, but every time I get home, I scroll instead of working on my goals. Be honest. Am I lazy or just scared? Oh, beloved. I think we're all guilty of that. I think it's a mixture of things going on, right? I think that you are, I don't think you're lazy. I think you're burnt out. When you work a 9 to 5, you are literally having to focus 8 hours of your day on 8 hours of your day on a certain thing. And it takes up a lot of time. I would only assume that you have to go into the office, so that means you have to spend maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours getting ready to go to work, and then by the time you get to work, that's another hour. So it's really like taking up 10, 11 hours of your day. You're just worn out. And on top of that, you like discipline, like many of us do. I'm guilty of that. So you're going to have to get disciplined if you want to be able to, you know, work on your goals. You got to get disciplined. So that means you're going to have to come up with a schedule. You're going to have to stick to it, and you're going to be able to have to push through when motivation isn't enough. That is where discipline comes in, right? When you're not motivated, because in the beginning you're going to be ramped up, you're going to be motivated, yeah, let's go. And then that's going to wear off. The dopamines are going to lower. And then what? That is where discipline kicks in. So I would encourage you to first create a schedule. Be reasonable with the schedule. List it out and put everything that you want to get done. Like create your weekly goals, and then you can even break those down into daily goals. But figure out what it is that you want to do, get done, break it down into minor tasks, and set a goal for yourself to achieve all of the daily goals. And keep a tracker. Keep a tracker. Just start there. Just start there. I know you want to get out of your 9 to 5, you want to get away from that. But in order to do that, you have to be successful in achieving these goals, right? So that means that you cannot sit here and let your 9 to 5 take all of your energy. Put the phone down. Put a timer on your phone. There's an app out there, I believe, that can lock the social media apps on your phone for a certain time. Try that. You're going to have to try different little mechanisms, different little things to try to help you achieve those goals. But discipline comes in. Be intentional every day, every day, every day. Be intentional. Give it a try. Let me know what you think. All right, we're wrapping up. It is time for the hard truth of the week. Hard truth of the week. Dun, 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 dun. You have to do it scared. And this may be resulting back to the writer about their goals. You have to do it scared. A lot of times you're going to be uncomfortable, especially when you're in transition. I'm guilty of that. I'm in transition right now. But you have to do things uncomfortable. You have to do it scared. Because if you let fear take over, you're going to be complacent. You're going to be complacent. You're going to stay where you are because it's comfortable. You know there aren't many two unknowns. Like, you cannot let that hinder you. All the places you'll go if you can get past that fear. Do it scared. Do it now and do it scared. You got this. Do it. I get it. You have some things that may be at risk. You don't know what's going to happen. It's okay. Still do it. Still do it. Believe in yourself. You're brave enough to do whatever that thing is. Just do it scared. There's something on the other side of that. There is something on the other side of fear. They say a lot of times success is on the other side of fear. So go get your success. I don't make the rules, okay? I don't make the rules. This is just what it is, y'all. I don't make the rules. Do it scared. All right, it is that time. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode. I thank you so very dearly and deeply because you could have been anywhere in the world tonight, but you decided to be here with me, and I appreciate that. I don't take it for granted. Thank you so much. And if there's anybody that you know that would like this podcast, would find interest in it, would benefit from it, please share it with them. And so now it is time for us to toast up. Yes, yes, yes. It's a celebration every time we link up. You guys do know that. So here's to softer living and truths that set you free.